Hello there. How are you on this Wednesday? It is Wednesday evening. Yes. I don't even know if this really qualifies as a video, but for me, it does because I'm making a video about this. Okay? So, um, this is what I have. This is all kinds of stuff that I'm going to be using for these junk journals. Okay. And I thought, well, I don't know. Did it make sense to make a video like this or not? But I thought it did because I thought somebody might be interested. So I just have a few different things here. And I don't know why my auto adjust keeps happening, but it's not cool that it's happening. So anyway, we just have to fix it as we go because what else? Okay. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but I have all of these pillowcases. I went to the thrift store today. There was a sale today on bedding, bath, accessories, and clothing. And it wasn't that great of a sale because I misread the email. Please pardon my stuffiness because this sinus thing with this allergy season that's coming on in, OMG. But I misread the email. I thought the email said it was going to be 30% off until Sunday, starting on the 13th. And I went there and it was $10 off once you spend $30. Anyway, I didn't go there on purpose to shop for this. I did not. I went there on purpose because I had a friend who was in need of some shoes. And I went to the secondhand store because the friend is at my school. And I couldn't even get the shoes that I wanted to order because they're not going to come tomorrow. Okay? So I had to do my next best thing, which was either go to secondhand store or go to Walmart. And as I was leaving, I went to the light rail station, which is like, a mode of transportation. It's trains, right? I went there, and when I went there, I said, oh, okay, well, I have to just go ahead and get what I can get at Walmart and then just try and figure it out from there. So my little friend says, my toes hurt. And so I said, okay. And I couldn't do anything about it. I had to let it be what it was because, I didn't really know what to do. So that was yesterday. And then today, because of yesterday's little conversation, I said, go home and ask mommy. And if mommy says yes, then Miss Howard will get you something. And so we went home, we came back today, and we found out that mommy said yes, sure. And so we went on and did what we could do. And the Lord was blessing me because where I could have gone to Walmart, that bus did not come. And when that bus did not come, the bus that goes to the thrift store came. And then the Walmart bus came, but it went out of service. So I said, okay, well, nothing I can do about that. I'm going to just go ahead and let that be what it is because I got to go and just see if I can find something here because I don't have a car. So it wasn't like I could be getting out of school at 2:10, leaving about 2:35, 2:40, and getting all of these modes of transportation to go from one store to another. If the bus don't come, then you wind up coming back tomorrow without shoes again. So I went and I found shoes, and I was happy about the shoes that I found because not only did I get one, but I was able to get two. One was a pair of Nike, and the other pair was a pair of Adidas. And I was very happy about that. So it worked out and I'm happy. So while I was there, I remembered that I had a coupon and I said, let me go ahead and look. So I started looking and I found all of these pillowcases and shams. Okay, that's what I found, and that's what I'm showing you. On the other side of what I was saying in the beginning about the shoes, I brought the shoes home. I washed them, I rinsed them, I towel dried them because I don't have a washer and a dryer. I have to go to the laundromat, and that's okay for people who have to go to the laundromat. Okay, so I washed them and I scrubbed them with my scrub brush and I cleaned them real good and I rinsed them and they smell just like they came out of a fresh load of laundry washing machine style. Okay, and then they had to be dry. So after I used 3 different hand towels to dry 2 pair of shoes, then I used my hair dryer that I use for my arts and crafts for painting paper and painting on canvases and all that. And I hand dried the shoes so that they will be able to be completely dry in 10 hours when I wake up to go to work. Okay? Yes, that's what I did. So the scripture says, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, or your right hand know what your left hand is doing. So anyway, that would be to go, in my understanding of, or my interpretation of it would be for me to go spreading the news in the schoolhouse for what kid and pointing out. That doesn't make me look good, and that doesn't help a situation that came to me. I'm grateful that I was able to be used and I could do something that was immediate. So I did not get something secondhand to pass off. I prepared it as if I was going to wear it. And most things that I wear and purchase are secondhand because when I was raising my kids, that's what I had to do. I had to buy secondhand so that I could get what I needed for my 2 children and keep them as, presentable as I could in a way that made me happy. So that's how I look out for other people as well. And this kid is so cool, right? This kid is so cool. The kid said to me, Miss Howard, I don't have to have cool shoes. I just need shoes that my feet can fit because my toes hurt. Okay? So I was very happy to be able to do something. And I was doing that for that purpose and reason. Now, I am here with this sham, very pretty. And as I was thinking about this, one of my people, Pam at the Paper Outpost, she said in one of her videos, the title says, "Got a bed sheet in a box?" And so that's where I got the idea from. And some of these were really nice. And I did not want to get a bed sheet because I don't want to be just ripping up bed sheets and trying to cover everything white. So I decided I'm going to get pillowcases. And when I get pillowcases, then I can just have one. And then I can use it in whatever way. So like this one is, embroidered or some kind of way, or quilted, however. And there are some little bit of lint balls on there, but they are very easy to pull off. And so I said this could make one cover, and then you could use this part to make another type of cover, or you could use this part, cut it in long strips and make it, like a closure piece. So that's what I was doing when purchasing these. All of these have to be washed. Most of them was $1.99. I think I have one that's $2.99, maybe 2. And I don't think I bought the $3.49 one, but I may have. $3.49 or $3.99. But we'll see. So I thought these were pretty prints. And I just said, I'll show them because these will be nice as, like I said, closures and or coverings for journals. So that's what I'm going to be using. Now, these real long white ones like this that I purchased, I need these for my own bed, for my long pillows. That's not boosters, but king size pillows. And so some of the white ones I will use, and then the others I am going to just be using on my own bed. But I have to wash all of this laundry. You might not be able to see this one, but this one is white and it has little teeny circle. I'm trying to see if I can see it. I can't see it either, but with the naked eye, you can see it has little teeny circle pieces on there that almost look like stitched, and it could be stitched, but you have to catch it at a glance almost. And so this has a different type of feel to it because of those little teeny circles all over it. It's almost like they are reflecting as you move the sheet or the pillowcase. And you saw this one. This one is, pastel pineapples with purple in it. So that I thought was cute also. Then I have just some regular purple, and this here. This would make a nice closure piece. You could use this, or you can use this with another part of a color and just, use it on the journal itself as maybe a belly band piece or something like that. So I'm watching videos that show all types of ways that you can use material in your journals. And so I was looking for things that could be purposeful. This one I thought was really pretty because, it's quilted and it gives me the ideal impression of a bookshelf. It reminds me of a bookshelf, books lined up in a shelf in a study some kind of way. That's what I thought about when I saw this. And the other side is just that dark teal color, and it's just plain. So it's plenty of this, and it can be used in multiple ways because it's actually stitched all the way through, which is like how junk journaling begins to look when people start sewing it, So I'm still trying to get all the tags. I was thinking to myself when I started saving the tags from the thrift store about maybe 2-3 weeks ago, I said, well, why are you saving all of the tags? And then I just came up with an idea the other day, and I said, you know what you could do with them? You could use them in your journals, tuck them into little pockets or envelopes and things like that. And that's one way of using them. But another way that I thought of using them is that I could make a masterboard out of them. I can put them down, each one, just like regular cards, and put it on one masterboard, and then I can just cut it up and make different pieces, whether it's a tag or a pocket or whatever. And so here's another pillowcase sham, and this one kind of looks like kitchen or whatever, but the other side was like this. And I thought, hey, you get 2 for 1. So that's a good idea in my opinion. So I got this one as well, and I'm preparing them for laundry. This is just some more white ones. This is a set of 2. Just I'm going to use for my bed. But, yeah. We have a few long and a few short. I didn't want to get too many that was, the long style, because then how many times you want to make the same color covering? This I didn't even notice was on here. I didn't even see that because of the way it was hanging. So that's kind of cool. I don't know how I would use that, but maybe that could be like a closure piece since it has that on there. Just cut it, I guess, right here and cut this piece off. I don't know if it'll be long enough or not, but, we got to come up with a creative way to figure out how to use it, because I have no idea. I went to the store and I was getting these things and I was saying, girl, how you going to do this stuff? And some people use, excuse me, old t-shirts, and some people use old bed sheets, and some people use, like material that comes from underneath like a gown that's satin, and they just cut it up in strips. And some people buy ribbon and all that kind of stuff. And I had plenty of ribbon, but I didn't have material really to cover books with. And I didn't want to use all of the same thing for like 2 sheets that I had on the side. One is gray, is a dark gray, and I actually bought that. So when I'm painting, different types of paper, and I'm spraying it with the spray bottles, like I want to use acrylic paint, and I'm thinking at first I was going to just put a little bit of acrylic paint in a spray bottle and then put warm water in it and make it very, very loose, like watery, but it's just watery paint, but it's acrylic paint, and just spray paper with that. But now I thought to myself the other day, I said, you should use alcohol. So I'm going to use alcohol, and that's how I'm going to break down the acrylic paint so that I can make some different color paint papers. Because while I use my paintbrush with my metallic watercolors, that works good. But some people have this little bottle of Tim Holtz spray paints that they can use. They got it in the spray bottle, or it came like that or whatever, but that stuff is expensive. So I don't want to try and get into that game. I don't even know how to make journals that well. I'm just learning. So I do want to have material. I do know how to cover them. I've been looking at that long enough. This one is like a purple and gray. And some of them I thought were really pretty because they have flowers and different type of print. And, like I bought a purple plain one, and I could use that. And like I said, I have a gray sheet, and I can use that. And it doesn't have to be matchy-matchy. You can use a different color print and tie it up with that, because the idea is that it's junk journaling, and, that's just how it goes. This is an idea of what I'm talking about with the spray paint papers. Okay, so you can get some type of paint that's Tim Holtz, and it's like this color, and you can spray the paper, and it'll come out something like that. So I saw this pillowcase, and I was inspired by it, and I said, you know what, let's grab that, because that's cute, and I could use this and make 2 different journals, because you can just get this part like this, where it's just the beige and the green, and then you can come back and you can get, maybe the reds, with this teal or something like that. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to figure it out. Or I can just cut it and use it for closures. So that's what I was looking at in all of this. And I didn't think, like this would be like the greatest kind of video, but somebody might don't know that, that's a great idea. I could do that. Let me go to the thrift store and look for some pillowcases. Now look at this. This is very pretty. This is absolutely the type of thing that you would see in one of Treasure Books videos. She has beautiful, beautiful things that she uses to cover her journals with. And this is very, very pretty. And so I said, yep, you need to grab that one. And then additionally, this side over here is like silky. And so that makes good for a closure piece. This one was $2.49 instead of $1.99. And it is a long one for a king size bed pillow. And it's a sham. So that turned out real good. And I only found one. If it was pillowcases that were doubles, I left them there because I don't want 2 of the same thing. Because I don't want to make, repeats of my covers. This is just a plain blue-gray color, but it's a long one. So I'll be using that in something. And then here's another. This is a sham. A lot of them were shams, but these are pretty too. So you can use them for both ideas as well. And this is almost like watercolor paints, that kind of look to it. So yeah, I was trying to focus on the whole thing. I couldn't understand why I was buying all this stuff, but I got it. And I said, that's okay, because you won't have to buy none for a long time. And I bought a lot of them. I did. I really did buy a lot of them. And I said, why'd you buy all of these? And it's like, don't worry about it. It'll work itself out. It'll pay off in the long run. So this is a long blue one, and it has this brown on there like that. So who knows how it'll turn out, guys? I don't know. This is just another white one, but it's silk, like not silk, like satin. It's really, I don't know. Maybe it's like a rayon type of material. So it can be only for strips to make closures. That's what I got this one for. Just strips for closures. And here's another. So this is two-sided, and you can use it the same way. This was pretty. I thought everything that has a flower on it is pretty for a journal. And this is like denim blue. It's not old. It's like a denim blue. Yes. Right. The pillowcases weren't greasy and nasty. I mean, they've been used, but once they're washed again and, fluffed up, and they'll be fine. It's just for a book covering. So this was very cute, and I thought this was nice. So we got it. And then I have something like this, which reminded me of an old book, like a, outdated book that has this kind of paper when you open it up, and it's lined on that cover with something that looks like this. So that's why I got this one, because it can be used for that purpose. Like I could put that on the inside and then maybe use this one and put it on the outside as a cover. And all of that complements each other because you have this big, beautiful flower and those colors. So, yeah, that's what I was looking at. Those kinds of things, trying to put it all together. Make it make sense. That's where I was with it. Okay. And then we have another two-sided idea. You can use that. Excuse me. And you can use this. So one can cover the outside, the other can line the book. Isn't that cool? I thought it was cool. So there we go. There we go. I don't know if I'm smarter than a fifth grader with trying to do this like this, but that's what I came up with. And we just got us some plain ones again, just for the purpose of close your pieces. And then this one is not too bad because this can also be a lining, page for inside like that. So we got that. And some of these go really well, like this one goes really well with, let me see, with this thing right here, right? So you can use all of these together like that, that blue that I had. Where's that blue? Oh, this is that blue. Let me see. Oh, let me see where that blue. Oh, yeah, right here, like this blue, I'm just trying to show y'all where I'm at with this. And somebody might be saying, well, why do you have all these pillowcases? And why is that long? This video is long. We're just looking at pillowcases. I know, but I'm just trying to show you what I was looking at while I was doing what I was doing in the thrift store, okay? Somebody might be adding it up, like, how much money did you spend? Well, I'm not going to say, but if you're adding it up, yes, it was a pretty little pricey piece. That's why I wish they had been. I wish it had been 30% off. But this is another nice one. I might keep this one for my bed because I only use white sheets on my bed. But this is white and gray. So, and it's a long one. So, I only have 3 long pillows. The rest of them are standard size. But it's hard to find long pillowcases that are white unless you want to buy them brand new. So, I bought some, and then we get the rest secondhand whenever we get them. Or I just buy a king-size white sheet, and I cut it 2 times, and I make 2 pillowcases. Maybe 3 sometimes. It depends. Yes. Okay. I'm going to save my best one for last. I almost showed it to you now, but I ain't going to do it. This one is just like a gold mustard color one. Okay, just plain. It's a sham, but it's just plain color. And then I have another one that's quilted like this. And it has a little bit of like, the stitching is kind of like, it's almost, I don't know, like a satin stitch. That's what I want to kind of say it is, like a satin type stitch. It's shiny. It looks shiny. I don't know if you can tell, but I can see it with the naked eye. And this is also a sham, so you get both sides to work with. And this one is just one with flowers, pretty flowers again. That certainly looks like a book cover. Very pretty. And then I thought to myself, even when you use this on a journal cover, and then you can cut some single ones out and you can put it on pages inside of your journal. So I was thinking about that kind of stuff. That's what I was thinking about. This will be a big, pretty one. You can just cut this whole thing out and then glue this down to another color, like a solid color, after you make one out of this. That's what I thought about. Okay, and then I have this one. This one looks like clouds. It's like clouds or tie-dye or something. You see it? It's like, watercolor tie-dye type of situation, like they spilled the watercolor on a piece of cloth or material and came together with this pattern, and it's nice. So I tried to stay away from dark colors because, somebody might like dark colors, but I don't like dark colors. I like light and bright and things that look good. Okay, this one is a long one, and this one has 2 ideas to me. My nose is stuffy. I can't take it. So, you see this one? This has a nice print to it right here, and it's kind of quilted a little bit. And so the quilting of this one right here is kind of thin, the pattern of it. And then this middle piece looks like this. It has this ruffle type of idea in the middle of it. It's kind of ruffled like. And I was like, well, that's different. Maybe you can use that part and this part. Put one side on the front, put this part on the back. I don't really know how I would use it. And this side over here is just plain. But it's also a nice pillowcase, and I think it's a sham. Let me see. It doesn't appear to be. Yeah, it's a sham. It's just for a king size. Okay, but I thought this was cool. And I got the pillowcase. Let me see where it is. This one. I got this one to go with it because it's like the same color. Right. That's what I did. I took my time and thought about this stuff. I did. All right, let's see. Okay. This one is another denim-like pillowcase. This is denim. To me, it's a type of denim and white. Okay. I didn't think it was the best, but you know, it looks like like a loose leaf notebook. So that's us like, okay, just get that. That's fine. And this one I love. I love this one because I couldn't think if I was going to put this away for Christmas. It doesn't look like Christmas, but it can be for Christmas. It could be nice for a Christmas journal. So I was like, you know, this is not exactly Christmas, but it can be. So I thought that was pretty. But look at this side. So this side, definitely I'm going to cut it up. It's pink, and it's got this umbrella on it that's black. And you see it says Singing in the Rain. And I was like, how cool is that? I can put this on one part of the journal like that, make that a journal cover on the front, and then put this part on the back, and then cut some of these raindrops out. I thought about it. I don't know how it's going to work out. And this is a completely different side. And sometimes that's what I do with pillowcases. Before I went to all white, maybe I'll talk about that story one day, how I switched to just all white bedding. But I used to go in the store, and for my pillowcases, I would choose the ones I like, and I would sew like this, not this kind of print with that print. I wouldn't have done that, but I would have sewn maybe pink, solid, if it had pink trees in here. If it didn't have pink trees, I probably would have looked for a gray or a yellow or maybe another white. And then when I make my bed, sometimes I would put it so you see the pillowcase when you come in, it looks like this. And the next time you'll see it and it would be white. So sometimes that's what I did. And let's see. And so I have this one. This one is like a yellow. See, I could have probably put that piece. I might have put that with this one. Maybe. It depends. I don't think that's too bad of a combination because, you know, it's yellow and white like that. And then you got yellow and you got these browns. So I might have put that together. But anyway, I have this yellow and white, and I thought this was great for the outside of a journal, and the other side can be used for the inside of a journal. Okay? Nice. And I found this nice satin one. Look at that. Only for closures. See? Only for closures. And it's a long king size. This one was $2.99. Okay, so $2.99 so far is the highest. $1.99, $2.49, and $2.99. So far I have two for $2.99. No, I find one right here. I found one. That was my two white ones. This my two white pillowcases that I said for my bed. That says ×2. So that's why that's $3.99. So this is a sham. It looks brand new, like nobody ever used it. And I'm going to cut it in strips, long ways, to make it, I'm not going to wash it either because I don't want it to get wrinkled and I don't want to have to iron it. So, it's brand new, so I'm not going to wash this one, but I'm going to cut it in long strips so it can be like ribbon for closures. So that's what, oh, this is brand new. That's why it's acting like that. I see a tag in there, but I wasn't sure. But it is. When I tried to fold it, look at that. Celestial Silk. Okay, brand new. No one ever used it. We'll save that tag because we can put that in our journal too. Just back it with something or just put the whole thing in there like that. And it's on a string. You see that? It's on a string. So I'll probably cut the back of this tag so it can stay like this and just put it in a journal. Okay. So we'll keep this intact the way that is over there. This one is beautiful. I love this one. This is red and pink. It looks like hot pink in the store, but right here it looks like red. I love this one. I love this one. It's not my favorite, but it's my second favorite. If I hadn't have found the other one that I'm going to show last, this would have been my favorite, favorite, favorite. I love it. Yes, it's so pretty. Okay. Yes. That's the last one in that bag. I got a couple more. Got this Christmas one because I saw it. It was $1.99 too. And you know I got to make a Christmas journal. So that's what we got in that. They're pretty cute. Okay. Somebody might have a dog like that. And I got that. So let's see. This is another green for Christmas. Then you can put, just some other types of flowers or something on there. Some type of paper, cards, a picture on the front of it. Cardstock or, ephemera, something that makes it pretty. This is another green one for that same reason and purpose, Christmas time. Okay. Then I found this one. I was tossed or crossed. Crossed is the word. I was crossed. I need to go to bed. I was crossed at whether or not I was going to buy this. This reminded me of a pillow that sits in the chair. You know those kind of pillows? Yes, that you set in the chair and the strings up to the chair. That's exactly what this looks like. Okay? Looks like a pillow for the chair covering. And I was like, well, how are you going to do that? And that's where I first got the idea that you can use this piece, cut this off, and use this, and use it as a covering for the book. And then you can cut these big pretty roses out, and you can put them on your pages. And then you can take a craft knife, and you can cut this away from this seam and use this as a closure, and then use this rope for something else. Not sure what, but I was almost leaving this in the store because first of all, it's thick. It's very thick. It's not like denim or anything, but it's heavy. This is a very heavy pillowcase, sham, whatever. Very heavy. And I wasn't going to get it, but these roses was too pretty to leave there. And then you can cut, you'll see, because I'm going to make something. Okay? Then we have this, and this is like a coral pink type of plain pillowcase. Somebody said, did you leave any in the store? I heard you. I heard you say, well, did you leave any of them in the store? No, I tried to get all of them because, as you can see, I bought enough and I won't be buying any more. Okay, I don't know what that was. Something stuck to that. But this feels brand new, like nobody ever used it either. But we're going to wash that. And what else do we have? I think we're down to the end. Yes, we are. And then I just have this one panel. This is a curtain panel that you put between your curtains. And I bought this solely for the purpose of making, this was $3.99, making closure pieces. Long strips of closure. I might coffee dye some part of it and then leave the other part of it white. Okay? And then I found this one too. This is another kind of panel. It's like a taupe color. Wasn't going to pay for this one at first because $4.99, but I got it anyway. Because I said, this is nice. It's that wrinkly looking material, and it's just a panel. So it's very thin, and it's perfect for closures. And you can use them, you can use this on as many journals as you want because it's neutral. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's it for what was in the bag besides this very last one, which is my favorite. I didn't even see it at first, and I walked through and I was getting ready to leave the aisle, and I said, you should walk down and just look and see what the curtains look like. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get all of these little plastics that popped off while I was cutting tags. But this is the fave. Look at this. It's a little bit of a stain here, but let's look at this one. Tell me this is not junk journaling. Well, maybe somebody understands perfectly. The flowers are a big deal in journaling. A big deal. Look at this. I don't even know how to say it besides iris, so I won't try. And this is something like Gallardeer. Somebody probably knows how to say it perfectly. And then we have this one, Bignonia, something like that. And then we have this one. I won't try that one either. It's a little bit stained though. It's okay. And then we have Tulipa, okay, and Bouquet of Pansies. So maybe that's like a pansy, and that's, different language. And then you have all of this on the back. All of this. I thought this was like, yay, I'm so glad I saw this. And even though it's stained, it's okay because we can just muck it up some more, as Pam from the Paper Outpost would say. And that's just by adding ink to it and make it old and grungy looking some more. And we won't even understand that to be an issue. Now, how am I going to come together with how to apply this to the journal? I don't even know. But it can simply be that you cut this whole square out and just take this part. Leave this back in and just take this part and just put it in a journal. And you get to do it 6 times for the price of $2.49 or $1.99. Whatever one it was. I think it was $2.49. Yes, and then I have all of this greenery at the end. So there have you with my junk journaling video for today. I didn't make anything, but I bought some things in order to make something. And so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will take the time to make a comment, write a comment. That would be great. That would be great. And if you don't already follow me as a subscriber, perhaps you will think about doing that today and become a subscriber. I am Joanne. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for being here. Thank you for just being a viewer. And if you are a subscriber, and thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I will see you guys probably on tomorrow, which is Thursday. If not, I'll be here on Friday, and I will talk to you then. Have a good one. Peace.